How many microphones we have? Do you have more microphone for these guys?
There's one extra one up there.
Testing.
No,
This is the only one we need. I have control of it because I'm
Not the wire.
that guy.
he's good.
Where is the other one?
He's got it
Right
right
here.
there.
I don't know what you guys
It's
thought.
right here, David.
What is this one? It's not working.
It's okay.
That's a backup.
David, look at me.
It's not gonna work right now.
All right. Okay. God of mercy, what a day we went through. How is the audience doing? Good. Everybody's cell phone on wire, like vibration?
I had to shut off my vibration.
You shut it off?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, okay, good.
So we don't want any more mind controlling like Mike Barrett.
All right, wait, here we go. Hey guys.
Yay! Bravo, everybody's happy to go. We're gonna touch very high topic subjects. We might move the time forward and delay the dinner, but don't worry about it. You won't die. This is Saeed David Foreman. We are happy you're here, all of us, and all of you guys on the streaming audience for Alien event. This is a third or fourth Alien event. The first we did 14 years ago. People say, please do not call it Alien event. It's scary. We are scared. I said, why? Why are you scared of Alien name or Alien event? So we changed our name to Alchemy event. And then they said, oh, alchemy. We don't want all the stuff. Alchemy stuff is magic and shit. And change the name. Okay, we changed to 5D events. And then they said, oh, 5D events, you know, it's like 5G. Why are you using 5D? Honestly, this is true. And then we said, we changed it to biomedics one. Now they say, oh, you guys are biotechnology, biomedical, you're not natural. Honestly, all this stuff. And then now we're going AI ExpoCon in next April, plus Alien event, plus Alchemy event in Los Angeles, April 12th to 14th. Everybody's invited. So we haven't even had time to announce it yet. October 17th to 20th in Vegas in this hotel next year, 24. So now we're gonna have 4 legs. Sorry, holding the panel. But what I'm saying is AI ExpoCon, we will infuse and inject the positive consciousness into Matrix about AI because of course they're using it negative. Of course AI is like your phone can be positive and it can also kill you. The pulse, your brain, he knows that he's a doctor. By the way, I have a great announcement. We really got lucky after 5 years. He accepted my offer to speak at my events. He's better than doctor, but I cannot say doctor for you. He's captain, he's a cosmic captain with a real military colonel, right? Commander, my apologies. Commander Emery Smith. Give him a big hand. Thank you for coming. Yeah, we love you. And you know, he's the biggest source, one of the biggest legs of the Alientologists out there. All of you guys out there who are disclosure groups, most of you know this gentleman, and I follow him on a number of videos and past years on his interviews, and you can Google his name, Emery Smith, right? Any other name?
No, that's the only one I'm using on
Microphone.
Earth.
Microphone.
It's the only one I'm using on Earth for right
Yeah.
now.
Why don't we start with you? You 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Introduce-
Sure. You just want me to give him a little background?
Everybody
Yeah.
introduce themselves first. Yeah.
Yeah, my name's Emery Smith, and I'm a regenerative medicine clinical specialist. I invented the first tabletop stem cell PRP concentrator. Basically, I'm into engineering methods to cure the body utilizing its own autologous research. Autologous means from your own body, because I don't believe in medications and other outsources of other things that are out there that they're trying to push on people. I'm definitely against the inoculations, and we have developed systems to actually delineate the spike protein for COVID and other inoculations that people have been given and forced upon. You know, being in the medical field, our team are all doctors and RNs, and they forced that upon us. And you know, we treated over 3,000 COVID patients during the COVID. We were part of the COVID response team, and none of us got sick. And we were using frequencies and also a new type of technology, a biohacker thing that we call Nano Blue that I developed this past 9 months. And I specialize in cancers and things like that. I was actually diagnosed November 15th of 2022 with leptomeningeal cancer. And they gave me 4 weeks to live with, of course, radiation and chemo. And of course, our team and I were like, no way. We trained our whole lives for something like this. And you know, God willing, we were able to delineate and totally transmute that cancer from the body within 8 weeks using frequency. And using the Nano Blue, if you want to check out the booth at 2021, we have some samples there to show you guys about that. So the whole thing is about biohacking, because right now there's a lot of satellites and things that are in place to actually track us, and everyone has their own identical bio imprint. So if you've been to an airport, bus station, train station. Pretty much we already have your bio imprint up there. Not me, but they do. And they're just trying to find out who's been inoculated, who hasn't. It is lineage actually specific for some reason. So there are ways to depopulate the population, which we have proven. But at the same time, we're all here as one. And you don't want to we're not going to do the fear thing. We're not going to do the poor me, like Celestine prophecy, right? It's a joke, guys. And so we're going to persevere through all that. And yeah, they're going to depopulate a little bit. And there's going to be some more catastrophes coming. But we are the most resilient organism in the universe. Working with extraterrestrials in the underground facilities and projects that I did within Air Force, we were able to learn a lot from each other. And it's funny because the extraterrestrials think that we are the superheroes, that we're so resilient to all the things that are thrown at us, right? And it's fascinating because we think, because of the movies in Hollywood, that they are these amazing, supernatural, but they came from us. And just because we can't use the other 99.9% of the brain, unfortunately, there's a lot more to us than you guys know. We're going to unleash that, and we're going to break into the genetic codes, and we're going to find out all the truths for that, and they can't stop it. A couple military advisors about 5 years ago told me, how's the disclosure, Smith, going to happen? Like, who's actually going to be the one that does? I said, disclosure's already been happening. I don't know if you've seen my movies, Serious the documentary, and I'm on Cosmic Disclosure, the #1 show on Gaia TV, that we talk about all these things with not just me, but other people that are credentialed, that went through a lot of interesting things. And it's a good eye-opener, because as soon as you lift that veil, then you're unlimited. They don't want that. They don't want you to think at all. They actually want you to just do the 9 to 5 and keep looking down. And one thing I always tell everyone is, at night, keep looking up, because those signals that are out there. I just got back from Blind Frog Ranch. I don't know if you know what Blind Frog Ranch is. It's next to Skinwalker Ranch. We did 2 weeks of filming out there. I'm behind the scenes. I do things behind the scenes with genetics and testing DNA from the soil and water and stuff to find out.
Let me come back to you, my friend.
Okay.
Can you pass to Dr. Sam? Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Samuels Manaya traveled from Bosnia. Give him a hand. Thank you for traveling, Doc. What's new with you?
Thank you, David. Hello, everyone. I've been researching pyramids and megalithic sites for the last 40 years, and I have concluded that almost everything they teach us about the ancient history is wrong. The origin of man, civilizations, and pyramids. My PhD is about the Mayan pyramids. They built over 100,000 pyramids in Central America. Pyramids were not built only in Egypt and Mexico, as they teach us, but on all 6 continents. Pyramids in Egypt are not tombs for the pharaohs. Pyramids are energy machines. Back in 2005, I discovered the Bosnian pyramids, the biggest and the oldest on the planet. So far, we have proven existence of 6 pyramids and huge network of prehistorical underground tunnels. Without a penny from the government, I started my non-profit, and now we are the most active archaeological site in the world, proving that pyramids were huge energy amplifiers. And this energy can be used for the communication, long distance, not AT&T, long distance, then to protect what is the most precious to us, our health, to improve the molecular structure of the water, food, our immunity, our spiritual abilities. I'll be talking about it tomorrow at 10
Don't worry, we will wait for you whole day.
tomorrow.
Whole day.
And then
tomorrow.
Saturday, he wants me to talk about connection between Bosnian pyramids and ETs. Well, if somebody was able to maneuver tens of millions tons of materials, creating very specific frequencies, then obviously that was not Paleolithic primitive caveman. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Can you ask Laura, I thank you, Laura, for joining us tonight after so many years. Laura was with us 10 years ago. Give her a big hand.
Thank you so much. It's really great to be here with everybody, and it's super amazing to be with you.
The energy.
And it's incredible because we met in South Africa, didn't we? No, where was it? It was some other country. Okay, it was some other country. I thought we were Australia or somewhere. I just remember. Yeah.
Oh, with the
Michael Tellinger. It's the first conference I'd ever done, and I don't think I've seen.
Yeah, Michael
since.
Tellinger.
Yeah, this whole just panel. I mean, I could just, and everybody here, just so thrilled. Yes, so, and thank you for just pulling this together.
I love your sons. I told you should bring him here. Hopefully one day they will come.
Oh,
My
for sure.
kids don't want to come. They say, Dad, you don't get this stuff. You're crazy, so.
Well, this is just wonderful. This is amazing. And yeah, so I'm excited. I have 2 talks that I'll be doing, one for the alien event part, one for the biomed part. And yeah, when getting into the alien topic, just to start there, it's just been interesting because I've been processing this stuff since I was a little kid, just really tuning into a lot more about Eisenhower's administration than what we were hearing about growing up. I just had my attention on it. I was never really in my body, and I just felt like I was doing this other sort of energy sort of work of being prepared for something, like particularly this window period. And I felt a targeting on me that later led to being recruited to go off planet in 2006. And I really started to learn a lot about timelines, the use of technologies for good and not so good when it comes to us as a humanity. I learned a lot about just different species interacting with us and very much how it is a part of us and our dormant DNA and the higher harmonic universes that exist in our DNA and how all that's switched off, but a lot is switching on in our consciousness in understanding things like the galactic wars that have taken place, the things that we don't learn in school. So because I'm such a terrible student, I just went and learned what I was more interested in, and this like lost education, galactic history, what our DNA is really all about instead of it being junk, and just consciousness and the consciousness war and the spiritual warfare, and what that means today and how that relates to Project Paperclip and some of the projects that happened after the Second World War. And one of the big things for me is undoing the false narratives that have been placed upon Eisenhower. And a lot of the positive military that he set up, a lot that he did on our behalf to assist us, which we're finding out more about today than we would have previous, but it's very much in his final speech. Particularly his relationship with Balfour is what I'm bringing a lot to light. And there's more communication coming in from Balfour lately, so I'll be bringing some of that in, which is really exciting because I'm always like, come on, and then finally.
You know your grandfather changed the history of man, don't you know
Yeah, well, we all do, and that's the thing. This is what I love about him. He wanted to really tear down the government structure. One of my favorite quotes is, the government better get out of the way and let the people have peace, because we are more powerful than we can imagine. He knew that structure was bunk. He knew that he was being played. He knows that we're being played. We all know we're being played now because of events like this and because of what we've been willing to look into. And I'll be shedding a lot of light on that. The timeline wars, which really are corresponding with our consciousness, our belief systems, and the war between us being that dumbed down, lesser version, like somebody said, looking down versus looking up. And in looking up, we see all these layers of ourselves and the fullness of all that we are, and we get that creative power back, and we harness
Let's
it.
come
and we
back to that.
manifest our dreams and visions.
Yeah, can you pass to Sarah? Everybody, Sarah is a lovely hypnotherapist, a speaker, alientologist. She got so much talent. I never seen everything in one person like her, because you don't find that energized. Not many people have these talents. Give her a big hand.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. It's like we're all in this together, We're all
Right.
learning, we're all sharing, and we're all uncensored, which is the best.
Fuck 'em.
I get kicked off of everything, and I'm like the less controversial than anybody. But I'm just really, really excited to share with you guys what I've found from all these clients. I do this job every day, almost every day, where I take people to the deepest level of trance and I access their higher consciousness. And just the information is so profound, and no, we don't have access to it. And then I go and try to share it. They're like, oh, is Sarah Bressman Cosme? Better take her off. She's going to talk about free energy or something controversial. But it's like we need this information, especially right now, because we're on the verge of this nexus point. And so many of us have no idea what these higher consciousness are saying. And they say such profound information that could be so life-changing to so many people. So I'm going to share a lot of this information that I get on a daily basis. And these people don't know one another. They have no idea what the other person said. And I'm going to show you actual clips of my clients deep under hypnosis, so you can see for yourself what it's like when extraterrestrials actually speak through my clients. What do they say? What do they want us to know? It's mind-blowing to me. And yet, we don't know this information. We're not told this stuff. We don't even know who we really are.
Exactly. That's a good thing.
So I'm going to share that tomorrow, extraterrestrial communication through hypnosis. And then I'm going to teach you some tools the next day, on Saturday, how to tap into the quantum field yourself using self-hypnosis.
Awesome. I'll be there. Thank you. Some of you don't know, 30 years ago, he was researching Antarctica. What was it? Arctic. And Brooks Agnew, he's written so many books. Do you know that? Anybody know that?
Oh, yeah.
He's got his books here. Also, Emery Smith has his products here. And Ishmael has his books here. Hans, he just wrote a big book about, he will tell you about Doropa. I'm sorry, I'm holding you. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the public. Brooks.
I'm Brooks Agnew. I'm a master engineer. Been 33 years. I just retired in June from that. In that business, I learned to deal with corroborated science. I like eyewitnesses. I like single point data, but I like corroborated data much better. And in that, it led me to deep spiritual content. And I'm not much of a believer. I'm a knower. I'm a noticer. And if you really want to know the truth of it, I came from a planet 1,800 light years away. That 1,800 light years away. It's dead now. It was destroyed by a red giant sun. But I came to this world because I wanted to. And so I'm about halfway through this existence in mortal life on this earth. And to me, mortal life is heaven. The mystery, being able to create life in our own image, having horizons, having to learn things, having to teach things, this is what souls exist for.
Wow. Awesome.
So I'll be speaking about asteroid mining and our projects there, and I'll be speaking about remembering the future,
Awesome.
the physics of the soul and time travel.
Excellent. Woo! Whoa! My old friend Eric has been with me how many years, Eric? I can't get rid of him.
80s, since 1980s.
He's half Persian, and his other half is his other half is Norwegian. And his Persian side is so sweet. I don't know about Norwegian side. He's a Viking, and he's rough. But I would kick his ass every time he doesn't get rough with me. Anyway, Eric is a ex-Department of Health California whistleblower. They kicked him out. Anyway,
I retired. They didn't promote me. So
You want to stand up?
you don't expect them to promote me after I'm speaking at these conferences about the fake pandemic and not wearing a mask and going back to work with my posters on my desk. And, it's really fun. It's really wonderful meeting Saeed at UFO conferences in the 80s, and then we decided. And then when I first got my computer in the government
He's
job,
older than me. He's been touched by MK Ultra. How many projects they infused the
Yeah.
books? So he's better than Alien.
And we've been friends a long
He's
time. Now we're doing conferences the way we wanted them to be. So you can actually meet the speakers at the dinners and here, and it's not like any other conference. And let us know how we can make it better. And so it's really about having a good time and meeting your star family and people that speak our same language. We want it to be, I'm born 11/11, so I'm connecting principle. I've helped many people come here and be here and just not just here, but out here. And
Eric
it's really
was
wonderful.
an intelligent kid. How old you were? They took you to Livermore Lab.
Yeah, but we'll talk about all those
Yeah,
things.
he will
We'll talk.
talk.
But
So
just to
he's,
make it short, I just want to say, because I want to hear everybody, I just want to say that I'm talking about liver cleanse because I realize that that's the most important thing you can do on your detox is doing liver cleanse and parasite cleanse because
Right.
that's what cancer really is, parasite
Exactly.
cleanse. Yeah.
We're running out of time, so we gotta wrap this. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Eric.
Here we have one of the most wonderful. Who's talking? Are you jealous of Ishmael? Anyway, Ishmael Perez, he would tell you, I was so mesmerized by the way he speaks on a few conferences that I said, Ishmael, you really got to come with us. So he'd say, well, why? I can't go everywhere. I'm busy. I'm working, writing books. But anyway, finally, thank you for accepting our offer. And Ishmael Perez is books, and what else you got? 2 lectures here, panels, and everything. Please introduce yourself for public.
Thank you, Saeed. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. So I specialize in restoring the true history, galactic, and cosmic odyssey back to the Earth, the truth about where we come from, Earth's place in the organized multiverse. So that's my specialty. I tend to, like a puzzle, I tend to put a lot of pieces together. It seems like nowadays a lot of people, they have everything but in fragments. So what I like to do is I like to kind of like piece it all together to give you the greater perspective as to where we stand in the greater scheme of things. And I also want to vouch for Eisenhower and Laura. Eisenhower was actually the first one to work with the Venusians to pretty much lay down the plan which of course Kennedy inherited, and we know what ended up happening to him. I believe that the aerospace tycoon was also a big proponent in that. I think that was Howard Hughes, and that's how we got to this point, guys. Cue everything, the Great Awakening, thanks to the seed that was planted by Eisenhower. Thank you for, for your grandfather, of course.
of man.
He brought us out of that, we were heading into a global super state if it wasn't for what happened in 2016, right? As a wild card, Mr. we're not being monitored here, are we?
No.
Okay, Trump, of course. That's all part of the great plan, guys, okay, to liberate America, but then, of course, we know what happened with the, when they stole the election, right? So, but, we're gonna make a comeback, all right, guys? So, I just wanted to say that.
Well, we are the new America, and don't wait for anybody. We will change this history by every American is responsible. They will grab your neck after death. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you do anything? The blood of innocent is our hand. So, what's the English word? Relinquish yourself. What's the right word? No, there's another word.
Redeem.
Huh?
Redeem.
Redeem yourself. Redeem yourself. Be a free man. Nobody can harm you. You just accepting their bullshit. There is no life and death. There is Atma, as we spoke half an hour ago, and you were not here. What it is, we are immortal, Eric, and we will never die. So this body will go anyway. You've been changing bodies for 30,000 years. And I tell you something, I under hypnosis, she will know, future regression, I went 30,000 years forward. The first thing, dark planet, I'm kind of one of the leaders, one of them. Or maybe I was the leader. And we were all chatting. You should know, the way we were chatting, we were about 5,000 people in front of me. We were all chatting together that we would understand everything at the same time. And probably they call that NVC, aliens. They communicate through non-verbal communication. That's a very subject you should know, because you will see a bunch of aliens very soon. Very soon. They are here. They crash themselves to show you that we are here. They're not allowed to contact you, universal law. Unless they abduct you illegally, that's a different contract with the government. They're not allowed to come in and say hi. But they can crash and show themselves and die to show you you're a cosmic being and your future is universal, not trapped in this bullshit. So if you don't believe you're a cosmic being, you will never grow and ascend, and you'll be trapped in not only in grave, in your future karmic wheel and reincarnation. Let me finish with this. Yeah, we will talk tomorrow.
Don't forget to mention the aliens that are sitting in this room as well.
Yeah, we're all extraterrestrials.
So I consider myself the cosmic ambassador to the Earth. I represent an intergalactic alliance known as the Emerald Order, or the Galactic Alliance. And I serve as one of the elders, and my higher self rather, because I do operate different avatars. Just like in the movie The Avatar, when I go to sleep at night, my consciousness travels back to my ninth dimensional avatar, where I sit as an elder in the Syrian High Council that oversees the evolution of this local universe. And so that's my title, and that's why I'm here, offering, or at least revealing the next level of
the book is great, and he's selling tons of books on this one, and he gave me one.
The most mind-blowing book on the planet right now, guys. Just to let you guys know.
Really?
Based on the feedback from people that have read it, they say it's like the next, cosmic Bible. I mean, it's like everything is in there. I don't want to.
I want to know which speaker here has a book. Raise your hand if you have a book. Raise your hand high, please. Wow, everybody has a book. What about me? I'm going to write my book too now. We have an amazing new speaker in the field of alientology and disclosure, Mr. Hans Dietrich. Go ahead.
I'm Hans Dietrich. My background is in graphic design and multimedia, but I do a lot of research in esoteric mysteries, ancient sites and civilizations, occult symbology in corporate media, as well as corporate logos. And I'm going to be talking about the Sirius connection to Buddhist cultural mysticism and its connection to Mount Meru, the 4 gifts of Sirius, the 3 ascended masters of Sirius, and their connection to the famous lore and legend of the Dropa stones and Dropa nomadic people of South Asia. I look forward to seeing all you at my lecture.